Hey, everybody. Like you said, I'm James. I work here at Planning Center. I work on ops, but we're going to talk about JavaScript today. I wasn't looking when he asked, how many of you have heard of Electron? Cool. How many of you use Atom or Slack? Atom as your editor or Slack as your... Okay, so you're already Electron users. Atom and... sorry. I think I have big ears or something. All right. So, Electron. High-level overview of what it is. Electron is a set of APIs built on top of Chrome, Google Chrome, for building cross-platform desktop apps. Not mobile apps, just desktop apps. It was extracted out of Atom. So Atom was built as a text editor by GitHub, and they took Atom out of it as, hey, other people could benefit from this. Let's see what they'll build. And in the end, you write one code base, and you can get executables for Mac, Windows, and Linux, writing JavaScript. If you boot it up for the first time, it's going to look something like this. It is truly a Chrome window. It is a browser window running Google Chrome without the Chrome, without the URL bar, without the back buttons. You get to decide what you put in there. But it truly is Chrome. If you can pull up the developer console and you are using the debugging tools that you are already completely familiar with. Just to be clear, I'm not going to teach you how to get started with Electron here. There's tons of documentation. There are great talks, blog posts that can walk you through that process. I would start there. I guess the purpose of this talk is more to convince you to give it a try. Use it for your use case if your use case is a good fit. I'm also going to encourage you to kind of ignore the haters. There have been a number of blog posts recently, in particular, that really hate on Electron. They have their merits, but Slack can pull it off with millions of users. Chances are, I feel like you could probably give it a try. So take those comments with a grain of salt. Let's talk about some of the wins you get right out of the gate with Electron. Like I said earlier, you are truly in a real browser window. So this is just using Atom as an example. You can write modern JavaScript. To be clear, so this is a screenshot of Atom, which is written in Electron. But the point that I'm trying to make is that when you're writing Electron apps, you can write modern JavaScript, CSS. You get the developer console. You can also use ES6 and Webpack, and you get hot reloading if you want. Like, you can use all of those tools as if you're developing for the web, but you're, in the end, outputting a native application. This is kind of tangential, but just, again, showing you, this is Atom. This is a screenshot of my Atom running on my Mac with the developer console, because it truly is just a debuggable Chrome window where every line of code lines up to divs and spans in the DOM. Another thing you get is Electron is backed by Node.js. So you can call out to the file system. You have a full suite of Node.js, not just the file system. You can execute scripts. You can if you're familiar with Node.js, let me put it another way. You don't need to be familiar with Node.js in order to use Electron, but these APIs are available to you and make things far more extensible. Super awesome perk. If you're a designer and you are accustomed to writing styles across browsers, you only have to care about one column. The Chrome column. So can I use CSS grid layout? Yes, you can. As long as the Electron version you're running is 57 or later, you're good to go. You don't have to test in other browsers. All you care about is Chrome. It has OS integration. The Electron maintainers kind of decide this is an important enough feature of, or this is an important enough thing that needs to work cross-platform. So things like access to the file system, you can get native dialogues, you can get native menu bars, and system notifications work completely cross-platform. So you get them on your Mac in the top right, on Windows in the bottom right, and they are actual real system notifications. They will slip into platform-specific things like the touch bar. There's like the UI vibrancy effect on Mac that gives you like that blur. That's specific to Mac. And you can do full screen mode, which actually like a lot of Electron apps out there use that feature, because making kiosks is super easy in Electron. You can truly lock someone out, so they like Command Tab doesn't even work. You cannot get out unless you turn off the computer or write some gesture recognizer or have some button that allows you to get out. All that said, it's not perfect, and this is where the haters will come into play a little bit. But if you're needing to maximize performance, Electron may not be for you. If you're trying to get every last bit out of your CPU, Electron probably isn't for you. If you need access to super low-level hardware APIs, it's probably not going to be the right fit. It has a pretty big download size, so if for some reason you're trying to distribute this to places that don't have a super fast internet connection, or you're releasing so often that the file size of the download is a problem, it's at least 50 megs across each platform. It's Chrome, so energy efficiency isn't stellar. If you've had your Chrome open all day, you know it kind of drains your battery. Node is single-threaded. So if you have concurrency requirements in your app, you're going to be pretty limited. I mean, you can write concurrent JavaScript in a way, but you're not going to get true multi-threaded applications. It's also dependent on the progress and security of Chrome and the Electron team. Something that is just inherently problematic with community-sponsored projects is you don't know when they're going to go away. You could say React has the same problem. It's probably not going anywhere, but it may not last forever. As soon as Slack and GitHub latch onto something else, as soon as Facebook decides that something else is better than React, we're kind of left in the dust. Some pushback that, again, blog posts have to say, it's incredibly bloated. Okay, it uses more memory than a platform native app would, but it's up to you to weigh the pros and cons of this. For me, it hasn't mattered, and most people don't actually care. I use Atom, I use Slack, they're both open all day, every day. Seems like some of you guys do too. And so again, if it's okay for them, if it's good enough for them and the benefits that they get for being able to distribute a cross-platform app, do it. Another one that people might say something about is to just use React Native Desktop, which Windows has latched onto this, or Microsoft has latched onto this for Windows, but there isn't a big community behind it yet, and I would still pick Electron every day. If you want, write your Electron app using React, and then when React Windows comes around, or React Native Windows comes around, or even React Native Mac gets boosted, maybe it'll be an easier transition. In the end, like just try something. Until you try it for yourself, you're really not going to know if you're affected by the bottlenecks that people are talking about. Chances are you're not. Chances are you're going to be pretty excited because you're going to be super productive. You are going to be using the web development skills that you already have. You don't have to learn something new. That's not to say that learning something new isn't great, but a lot of times you just want to get something done. You want to try something. Another really big benefit, you're going to meet Travis in a little bit. He's a designer here at Planning Center. He's also helped me on some outside projects where he does the design. And I can literally take design, buttons, type, spacing, responsive work with Flexbox, copy it out of web app, drop it into Electron, and I'm done. The styles are there. They look how he wants them to look. And with native development, what you're typically going to do is a designer is going to do a whole bunch of work up front, and they're going to hand you a spec. And you're going to have to do your best to implement the spec, go back and ask questions, but there isn't that shared responsibility of the designer taking on the code part that they can. And with Electron, at least designers here at Planning Center work very heavily in front-end code, and so it makes for a cool fit. If you're developing on Mac or Windows, either the designer would have to jump into Visual Studio or Xcode, and these chances are they're just not going to. Just to be clear, I'm not saying that going native is a bad idea at all. Just encouraging you to give this a shot before going that way. If you have the team and resources that is ready to take on native apps, by all means, go for it. This is kind of assuming that you don't. Just as an example, so I have a photo booth app that I work on, and it's built with Electron. It's primarily used on Windows, but it is 100% written in React. The screens, you navigate screens with React Router. We use SVGs for the icons, Sass, CSS, Webpack, Babel, all these things that make doing front-end web development enjoyable. We get to use building this native app. If you want to, you can also publish to the Mac App Store and the Windows Store, which is pretty nice. So just a couple give it a try type use cases. One, like I said earlier, kiosks. If you have anything that could operate as a kiosk, just try it. It's amazingly fun to, the productivity that you get out of building something from scratch that works so well, so fast. Both locking to full screen and preventing from dimming and going to sleep. They're like one-liners, and they work across all three platforms. You could play with menu bar apps. Those are a pain on Windows, miserable to write on Windows. And Electron kind of takes away the annoying part of it, and you just get to build the thing that you want to build. You can play with microphone, camera, notifications, take screenshots, interact with remote APIs, just play around. Give it a try. That's all. Thank you.